Damn, Mizzy Mari got beat.
What's happening, guys? Silent Mike here answering more questions, trying to help you guys on your journeys, whether it's lifting, nutrition, training, business, social media. Let's dig in. At Silent Mike with 2Ks on Instagram, at Silent Mike with 2Ks on Twitter. Can you explain a carb cycling plan? Should one work throughout a week of training? So carb cycling, there's many ways to do it. Don't quote me. There may be an exact definition, but basically different ways to carb cycle is, example, you're eating 300 carbs a day on your training days. On your off days, maybe you eat 250 carbs a day. Or another way would do is you just literally rotate regardless of your training. So you do low, medium, high, and maybe even a refeed or an extra high day. And so you're doing 200 carbs, 250, 300, repeat. Something of that nature. You could even just do low and high where you're eating 275 carbs every single day, and then every third, fourth, or fifth day you'll eat 275 carbs. Basically, it's a way for you to stay replenished with glycogen so you can still train hard but still be in a calorie deficit. Rather than eating 225 carbs every single day, you would do that maybe 200, 250, 300, etc., adding in cardio as you layered it. It can work. It works for many. One, it's kind of a mental game how it works also. So know that just keeping a calorie deficit 7 days a week can also help and also work, just having some refeeds here and there. What's the heaviest you've been body fat percentage compared to your leanest with body fat percentage? How did you feel strength-wise? Was the difference between the two? So weight definitely plays a role in strength, just having mass, both body fat, holding water, and muscle, obviously. So being my heaviest, I was about 234, and my body fat, who knows, upwards of 25% maybe. And I would say I was just as strong as when I was 220. So that little bit of extra fat and things did not necessarily help. Right now I'm about 215 to 218, and I also feel very strong. The leanest I've ever been was maybe 12 to 15% body fat, not that lean, and I was 190 to 195. And I was my weakest then, but that's purely because I cut drastically. If you cut slow, controlled, while maintaining your training and strength, you should be fine. And that's what I'm doing this time, and I plan to be about 200, 195, maybe 10 to 12% body fat ish, who knows, and be just as strong as I was at 220. That's the plan this time, and that's why the cut's taking so long. Advice for lifters squatting and deadlifting, conventional and sumo, with previously treated knee tendonitis. Looking stocky too, though, my boy. See, I don't know if all these are compliments or insults. I mean, stocky is not necessarily something people grow up to be like, man, I want to look like Chris Evans and be stocky. I don't think that's a thing, man. But thanks. I'll take it as a compliment. I like my body. What the hell is the question? You got knee tendonitis, but you're trying to pull conventional and sumo. You got to find out why you got knee tendonitis. Anytime you got an injury, it's going to be maybe programming, maybe actually injured rather than hurt, maybe mobility, and then maybe technique. So you got to kind of flip those stones, see which one it is. Maybe back off the programming, maybe videotape yourself, see what your technique's doing. And then if it continues, maybe see a doctor and see if you're actually injured. You're doing the 12-week strength and fat loss program by Kizen, and when do you think it's a good time to PR in order to test strength? So Kizen, for those that don't know, me, Bart, and Omar teamed up. We wanted to be more concise with our information. We wanted to give you programs that work for most people with nutrition, detailed exercise tutorials, all that. So we formed Kizen, basically a way to inform you guys and help you, because everyone's asking for coaching and programs, my programming all the time. So it is in the description below in every video. Check it out. But a 12-week fat loss in any of these programs, besides a powerlifting peaking program that we will be putting out eventually, the goal is to build strength, not test strength. So don't focus on the 1 rep max. Focus on the build, and then when it's time to test. With the 12-week fat loss program, because you're in a calorie deficit, because you're doing some cardio, we have a lot of volume involved to keep the muscle and strength, but we're not touching heavier weights. One, it's kind of a mental aspect again, and two, anytime you're maxing out, you're not building. And if we're not building, we're not getting stronger. So what we'll do is you could test if you wanted, a conservative test at the end of the 12 weeks and then repeat. But otherwise, I would just continue to run the 12 weeks. until you reach your goals. We've had a lot of success with it. I had like 3 different people hit me up yesterday. A guy lost 30 pounds, guy lost 15 pounds and gained 10 pounds PR, so things are working. I'm currently on a weight loss regimen, currently at 232 pounds from 400 pounds. Damn, dude, congrats. That's a big weight loss. And currently doing strong lifts 5x5s and on Renaissance periodization diet. Awesome. Shout out to Renaissance periodization. Is it normal for my weight to fluctuate up and down by 10 pounds? I would ask them, as I am a fan of their Q&As and things and some of the content they put out. I agree with many of their philosophies on diet and nutrition, but fluctuating up 10 pounds seems a little drastic to me. So I'd maybe try emailing them and see if they have a better answer. Maybe your macronutrients aren't as consistent as you think they are. Maybe your water intake isn't consistent, or maybe your sleep isn't consistent. That would answer the 10 pound fluctuation. 1 to maybe 4 or 5 pounds fluctuation seems a little bit more normal. How would you work through a plateau while cutting? I'm already at 2,100 calories, cardio 5 times a week, and I've been stuck at 175 for the past 3 weeks. I don't really want to drop under 2,100 calories because that kills my energy levels for the days. Usually cheat days every 2 to 3 weeks. That's the issue, man. That's why we like to layer our calorie deficit and layer our cardio. What I would probably suggest in this situation is maybe take a week off dieting, maybe up your calories to 2,500, 3,000 calories for an entire week, and then slowly cut your weight back down. Another suggestion I would probably start to do is cut back the cardio for now and make sure maybe try to do some sprints instead. He didn't say what cardio he's doing, but sometimes when you're doing low intensity cardio, your body can adapt and become more efficient at walking, elliptical, biking, whatever, and so you'll be burning less calories per half hour per hour, which could also make you kind of plateau. That's like a real plateau. Doing a sprint, as you get in better shape, you'll be able to push harder, so it's kind of like resistance training. As you get stronger, you'll just be lifting heavier weights, so things will always be heavier. There'll always be a challenge. That's kind of how it works with high intensity sprints, sleds, bike sprints, etc., hill sprints. So I would try maybe that out in replace of some of those. If you have an entrepreneurial mind, what's the best advice you can give someone trying to get into the fitness industry? Kind of going back to that first rant about my YouTube. Kind of know who you are, know who you aren't. Know what you love to do. I think, I kind of like to agree about my entrepreneurial mind. I went into my past a little bit about starting businesses as soon as, I was in 8th grade or 7th grade DJing high school dances, trying to make some cash, detailing and washing cars, all through high school, trying to make money, different things like that. How do you get into the fitness industry? Is you just start doing. You find out what you like to do. I think a lot of entrepreneurial stuff has to be driven by passion. As I mentioned before, if you hate fitness or you hate powerlifting but you love fitness and you try to become a powerlifting coach because it's popular right now, that's not going to work. I like strength and conditioning. I've worked with team sport athletes, powerlifters, whatever, for the last 10 years, and that's why I love it, and that's why I think I'm good at it, because I love it. And so I chase down the best answers, I chase down the best coaches, I chase down the best athletes, and I learn from them. So find what you love and start chasing it down, and then if that leads you to the fitness industry, then you're there. How'd you become popular on social media? Same thing as I answered before. I was on a lot of YouTube channels, podcasts, created my own channel. Instagram's similar. I was on other people's channels, and it led people to me, I guess. What are your tips for gaining weight when you have a high metabolism? The best tip I have for gaining weight on high metabolism would be to eat more calorie-dense foods, and then maybe this is a chance or an opportunity that you need to eat more often. More meals. 5 medium-sized meals is going to be more calories than 3 medium-sized meals. Basic math. Basic algebra. So calorie-dense foods, throwing in peanut butters, avocados, all them kinds of nut butters. Ew, give me some nut butters. Something like that. Get a little bit fattier ground beef to throw into your meals instead of chicken thighs instead of chicken breasts. Things you can add calories in without filling up your stomach. More are the ways you're going to gain weight with that high metabolism. Guys, that's it. Be sure to like this video, subscribe. More content coming. I'm hitting you guys with the vlogs, hitting you with the training footage, hitting you with the Q&As, and the instructional videos are still always going to be there. Appreciate you guys. Silent Mike. Give it a like. for the support. I'm out.